The Mandalorian's second season is officially underway, and with its second episode, the Star Wars series starts building up to its next big adventure. Fresh off their adventure in Mos Pelgo, Mando and the child, aka Baby Yoda, are back to their search for more Mandalorians. And after an attempted robbery, which naturally Mando manages to thwart, the duo meets up with mechanic Peli Motto, played by Amy Sedaris once again. Motto tells Mando that she needs a favor, and that a frog lady, voiced by Dee Bradley Baker, needs help crossing the galaxy for an incredibly important reason. Her spawn need to be fertilized very soon, or her entire line will die out. To make matters more complicated, Motto tells Mando he can't use hyperspeed during their journey. If they do, the frog lady's eggs will die. Though Mando is hesitant about the journey, telling Motto he's not a taxi, he ultimately agrees, but doesn't notice that the child is hungrily eyeing the frog lady's container of eggs. Unfortunately, the journey doesn't go smoothly. After being tracked by X-Wing pilots suspicious of his ship and identity, Mando crash lands his ship on a mysterious icy planet that turns out to be home to a large army of creepy, crawly, spider-like creatures called Krykna. After the child inadvertently wakes the spiders, the trio fights for their lives, and with a final assist from the X-Wing pilots, they set off for Trask once again. But what lies ahead is anybody's guess. From the pilots who saved the day to the potential mysteries of Trask up ahead, here's the ending of The Mandalorian Chapter 10 explained. Toward the end of the episode, things weren't looking so hot for Mando, the child, and the frog lady on the Razor Crest, both because they're trapped on an ice planet, and also because they're moments away from being devoured and/or crushed by a swarm of creepy ice spiders, big and small. Salvation came in the form of two X-Wing pilots, Captain Carson Teva and Trapper Wolf. But given the fact that the two space cops had been chasing the Razor Crest earlier in the episode, you might be wondering just why they decided to lend a helping hand.
We ran the tabs on the Razor Crest. You have an arrest warrant for the abduction of prisoner X6911.
Just who was prisoner X6911, and who was the New Republic Lieutenant Davin.
Security records also show that you put your own life in harm's way to try to protect that of Lieutenant Davin from the New Republic Correctional Corps.
The answers to these questions lie in the previous season of The Mandalorian, specifically Season 1's 6th chapter, called The Prisoner. In that adventure, Mando teams up with a bunch of seedy criminals to break a mysterious bad guy out of a New Republic prison ship. During the prison break, they encounter Lieutenant Davin. Mando tries to keep the mercenary team from killing Davin, but it doesn't go his way. However, security equipment recorded his attempt to keep Davin alive. Eventually, all the criminals double-cross Mando. The prisoner they were hired to free is an old enemy of his named Quinn. From there, Mando turns the tables on the table turners and allows Quinn and the rest to be found by the New Republic. Coincidentally, one of the X-Wing pilots who finds Mando's gifts is none other than Trapper Wolf. Interestingly, this Deus Ex Wingina isn't the first callback to the prisoner in this episode. Earlier, the frog lady rigs up a communication device with the head of Q90, or Zero.
Wake up, Mandalorian. This cannot wait until morning.
Who happens to be one of the mercenaries Mando defeats during the prison break. That moment definitely seems to foreshadow the impending significance of the prison break's aftermath by the end of this episode. All in all, it's clear that the passenger is just part of a larger story, and in fact, the episode ended pretty abruptly, with Frog Lady, Mando, and the child headed off to complete their arduous journey to Trask. With that in mind, fans are left to wonder what's next in store for the trio as they reach the planet. Obviously, Frog Lady has a mission to find her husband and fertilize her eggs before they die. Mando also has a bone to pick with Frog Lady's husband, whom she claims has seen Mandalorians before. Mando may be headed to find more of his people, but only 2 episodes in, it doesn't seem likely that he'll meet a Mandalorian and get closer to finding any of the child's kin so soon in the season. Also, there's the possibility that the child's ferocious appetite may not be limited to this particular episode. Could there be some sort of significance to him eating the Frog Lady's eggs that we'll discover in the next episode? Will the eggs make him sick in some way?
No. That is not food. Don't do that again.
Which could potentially derail the journey to Trask. If Mando gets the Frog Lady to Trask safely, will she notice how many eggs are missing and turn against Mando and the child? More importantly, will any other adventurers from Mando's past come back to haunt him? Or, as it did in this case, to help him? We didn't get any reappearances from Timwara Morrison's mystery character, you know, the one who sure seems to be Boba Fett. Will he be waiting for Mando and the rest on Trask? Or will we have to wait much longer for him to reappear? In any case, The Passenger felt like the first half of a two-part tale, so fans of The Mandalorian will have to wait a week to discover what lies in store for Mando, Frog Lady, and the child on Trask. The first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian second season are streaming on Disney Plus now, and new episodes will be released every Friday. Check out one of our newest videos right here, plus even more Looper videos about The Mandalorian are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.